The 17th century Ottoman arches we are looking at actually breathe ancient Roman history. If we look closely at the base, we are staring right at a foundation laid over 2,000 years ago, all the way back in the 2nd century BC. It is just fascinating how these massive ancient stones still hold up everything above them. The ancient route we are tracing was a critical checkpoint along the Via Egnatia, which connected Rome all the way to Constantinople. Roman legionnaires and medieval armies marched right through here. But today, we are just trying to see if Kathy can actually make it through this shallow water to the other side of the bridge without slipping. It is a bit slick on these stones, right? So let's see if she makes it across. This calm water we are looking at is the Shkumbin. Yes, that is the name of this river. And it is peaceful like this now because it is September, so the winter snow has melted and the spring rains are long gone. Local folklore often tells of the massive hardships of building bridges over this river, where heavy seasonal floods frequently washed away everything before the final stones were even locked into place. It is amazing this structure survived. Guess what? The bumpy stone path Kathy is walking on right now is the exact same path that Roman legionnaires, Ottoman builders, and medieval armies trod. For centuries, the air right here was filled with the sound of bells from massive trade caravans, with hundreds of horses and mules crossing daily, carrying silk, spices, salt, and precious metals. It is just mind-blowing to walk in their footsteps. You see, this wasn't simply a span over water, but a vital artery linking isolated highlanders to the plains and the Adriatic coast all the way to the heart of the Byzantine Empire. Just imagine, right at this crossing point, the bridge directly linked the village of Golik to the neighboring village of Pogradec. Without this engineering marvel, the wild and fiercely seasonal Shkumbin River would have completely severed communication, trade, and livestock movement between these mountain communities for most of the year. This place is a real, true hidden gem in Albania. It is around 2 p.m. on a Thursday right now, and Kathy and I are completely the only souls far and wide. Today, the bridge just stands in a state of beautiful, raw isolation, completely framed by the lush greenery. It feels like we have the entire history of the valley all to ourselves. If you look at that red line on the map, you can see where this path actually led. This is the Via Egnatia, a major Roman highway from the 2nd century BC that stretched nearly 700 miles across the Balkans, linking the Adriatic Sea all the way to Istanbul. This remote spot was a crucial bottleneck on an ancient superhighway. Look closely at the space between the main arches. There is a smaller, semicircular window arch. This is not for decoration. It is a discharge window designed to let raging floodwaters pass through the bridge rather than smashing against it. When you look down from the riverbed, the engineering is just incredible. Ranging 10 meters high, Ottoman builders used locally quarried, hewn river stones, binding them with a traditional mortar mixture of river sand, lime, and sometimes egg whites to increase flexibility and water resistance. Yes, imagine that, egg whites. The bridge looks symmetrical at a first glance, but it actually adapts perfectly to the uneven, rocky banks of the Shkumbin River, making it a masterpiece of organic architecture. Despite hundreds of years of earthquakes, massive seasonal floods, and heavy traffic, it has never suffered a major collapse. It remains completely functional for pedestrians today. Though, guess what? The bridge doesn't really take you anywhere anymore. By the way, if you enjoyed exploring this hidden history with us, it would be wonderful if you could hit that like button before you go. It really helps the channel out. Thanks so much for walking with us today through this incredible piece of the past. We will see you on the next journey. Bye for now.